Welcome back to One Piece Anime Review, episode 160. You're probably all thinking, wait, wasn't last week's episode 57? How'd you just get to 160? Well, there's a reason for that. And it turns out I was looking at my playlists and my videos, and I noticed, though, that some of my videos have the same episode numbers on them. So, I fixed it. I was actually at 159 last week, not 160. So, what would have been the 150th episode, I said was 150 for review, was actually 152. That was my mistake. I edited all of them from episode 106. Basically, what would have been episode 107 from there up until like last week's was basically all the wrong number. And one of those numbers was actually off by at least one more because I actually listed off, I think it was like 140 something twice. So I fixed that. And now it's all perfectly fine. Alright, this week we're discussing the newest episode 941, Toko's Tears-Orochi's Painful Bullets, and the 990th chapter of the manga, Army of One. First up, the newest episode of the anime, which basically it covers the rest of chapter 943. Basically, pages 4 through 17. Yeah, it finished up to this one chapter, which, not that surprising. This episode does have a bit of extension of what happened from the manga. They do mention something in the manga that's actually not brought up it's brought up in the anime, but not brought up in the manga. The episode picks up exactly where last week left off, where Yosuke has been killed by Orochi and his goons, and Otaku is basically crying, despite also laughing as well. Yeah, a lot of this episode was explaining about the smile fruit, better reminder, and we see a brief image of Caesar Clown. Yeah, so it's an illusion of him. This technically is the first anybody in the anime has probably seen any image of the guy since his appearance from Whole Cake, because that was technically his last appearance in the manga. As far as I know, there has been nothing revealed in the series what exactly happened to him after he got his heart back. Yeah, the heart was taken away from him at the end of Punk Hazard, and it was given back to him during the events of Whole Cake. It was actually during the latter half of the arc. But in the case of this arc, well, mostly Poe just explains sort of the origin of the smile fruit. Though we got a bit of this explanation during the events of Punk Hazard, when it was explained by Caesar Clown, and it was also mentioned by Frankie that they destroyed I think it was not Frankie, I think it was Usopp, said the factory that made the smile fruits had been destroyed. That's indeed true, but Orochi brought a bunch of them already to the actual town. Now, in case you're curious though, when in the world they mentioned that they destroyed the factory. Where was the factory? Dressrosa. Yep, that's where it was. Though it wasn't technically Usopp blew up the factory, it was Frankie and the Terror Tribe. And the Terror Corps, the group that's part of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet now. Yeah, they're the ones who blew up the factory because the factory was basically staffed by dwarf slaves. Yeah, so Frankie's like, I'm gonna blow this place up. Though he also, during that particular time, decided to make out with the overweight manager just because. Yep, just cause. Everyone was shocked he did it. Even the manager is like, ooh. He's like, I just feel like doing it. Yeah. Though they don't bring up that little factor, but yes, it was Frankie was the one who destroyed it. Yep. Though they don't. I know that because I watched Dressrosa and of course read in the manga. Though the anime didn't mention Dressrosa at all. No, the thing is, they mentioned Dressrosa by named actress recently, in the most recent chapters of the manga. Not this week's chapter. It was mentioned a few chapters back, where that Kaido had been watching the Straw Hats since they arrived in New World, since Punk Hazard. No mention of Fishman Island, but since they arrived in New World. Yeah. So, aside from the fact that you have Haruko and Shibiru basically explaining about the smile fruit, recapping it, and of course Orochi's really wants to, well, he's laughing maniacally, and apparently the smile fruit It's explained that Orochi gave. It's explained that the smile fruit was eaten by the people from Town. Was the smile fruit that had bad side effects? Of course, they give a recap of some of the levels of the Animal King pirates. There's the waiters, the people who want to get the smile fruit. You have the gifters, people who got the smile fruit. They don't mention the headliners, though. Nope, the headliners are not mentioned. They do mention the people who the ministers. We have Doflamingo, Kaido, and Caesar Clown. For Doflamingo, this is probably the first time in quite a while he's been actually seen image-wise in the anime. Because I think he was seen briefly outside of Wano, which was actually his most recent experience in the manga. Yeah, where he's actually in Impel Down. And the thing is, the guy is still lying on the floor. The guy has not moved an inch. Probably because he's in Steel Stone handcuffs. I'm like, really? Heck, even despite the fact that Crocodile was held in Impel Down, even he didn't break out of Impel Down. We could get him low Steel Stone handcuffs. Nope, we had to get him like full-blown Steel Stone handcuffs so he could barely move. Yep. So, after Zoro gets full explanation of it, along with pretty much everybody else, Otaku manages to get over the fence, simply by shaking it, and tries to use the toad oil on her late father. And Usopp basically is like, no, that doesn't work that way. And of course, well, Orochi figures out, though, overhears that Taku is in fact Yosuke's daughter. He's about to shoot him, and then all of a sudden we see the bamboo fence gets sliced up, and we see some fire. What's going on with this? It's Zoro and Sanji teaming up to defend Taku. Yes, an actually excellent way to end the episode, and that's how the chapter ended for the thing. So, good job on the part of the animators for making this episode so interesting. And I don't mind the recap of the Smile Fruit because it's been a while, and you could just give it away for people who have probably not watched One Piece in a while, so that's probably the reason for it. Okay, now we want new chapter of the manga. Chapter 990, yeah, approximately 10 chapters away from reaching chapter 1000. I can't wait for it to reach that number. Though there's not going to be a new chapter next week. Next chapter comes out in 2 weeks. So, be the 27th when the next chapter comes released. Yep. First up, we have Game Benches All My Family. Volume 34. Hang on tight. Mama told us our father is a clingy man who never gives up no matter how many times he's kicked. Yeah, it's basically Lola and Clifton, Lola and Vito, Gang Benj, and, well, Cliff and their son basically sitting on top of their head. It is so hilarious. Chapter starts off with basically still, well, we see three of the Animal Kingdom guards just standing outside the island. Despite the fact there's a big battle going, we have Kaido in his dragon form, taking on, well, various people trying to attack him. Yep, you see Kinemon drawing a sword. Of course, he's also got bloody from his face. And of course, we have King contacting Todoroki. And we see that, well, they managed to contact X-Drake and Basil Hawkins. The fact that this whole island has been invaded. We have Urti, the only female member of the Topo. Yeah, and she's not now like, she isn't like we call a brat. So, it was like Roman to Queen. And of course, X-Drake basically is thinking, of course, it's revealed about the whole thing that he kept the whole fact that the Straw Hats are on the island, or in the country, hidden. So, we made prisoner attacking the Animal Kingdom pirates. And they're all standing in front of the Straw Hats. We see briefly Jinbei in the background. Yeah, Jinbei appears in here in a brief cameo, along with Chopper. Looks like Zoro, Frankie. Yeah, a lot of the Straw Hats don't do a lot of anything in this chapter. It's most like everybody else. Yeah, and then we see, I think it's Zoro and Luffy basically charging at one of the other Animal Kingdom pirates. And then Luffy goes, first time in quite a while in the series, first time since his fight with Kaido at the end of Act 1, he goes to Gear 4. Yep, goes to Gear 4. Great. And I think for a lot of the Straw Hats, this is probably the first time they've ever actually seen him do this. I can't wait in the anime to actually show him actually. I think he's in a Gear 4. He's like Gum Gum, and then you see that Drake's like, "What's the meaning of this?" Yep, that's when basically he kept his little factory hidden. Excalibur, and Drake turns on Kaido. King Kong, Gum Gum King Kong, Gum Gum Kong Gun. It basically looks like he's hitting Kaido. And apparently, we see a flashback that Kobe tells X-Drake this whole left. Trust me, Luffy's amazing. That's Drake from Top Repo. Why did he attack the giant? Strike Luffy, a reason I cannot say I am an army of one. Let me fight by your side now. Let me fight on your side. What? He's like, huh? Yeah, my reaction too. Still an excellent chapter. This chapter book at 9 out of 10. Fantastic. And I can't wait for the next week's next chapter. But yeah, that's actually coming out in a couple weeks. Yeah, but look up My Hero Academia is coming back next week. Well, actually, it's coming back Friday. Mm-hmm. Yeah, My Hero Academia is coming back Friday along with Black Clover, which that should be interesting to say the least. So expect to see a review of My Hero Academia this Friday. So yeah, that's it for this particular review. My next review is going to be a Comic Corner discussing two Avenger trades. One a miniseries, the other is a part of a trade series. I'll discuss that. And after that, I got one more video I'm hoping to do today, and that'll be Boruto. And that'll probably be it for today, okay? See you next video. Bye.